Today is Saturday. We're in the middle of September. We're in the middle of the afternoon. And it's quite uncomfortable today. It's almost 83 degrees with 56% humidity, which is a little bit on the high side. In the house it's 70, almost 77 degrees, over 63% humidity, which is also kind of on the high side. I usually start to feel it between 55 and 60, and I can feel it today. I was just doing some cleanup around the house and I was sweating. I wasn't really doing anything all that intensive. If I was going to be home for the rest of the day, I think I would turn on air conditioner, but I'm not. So let's take a look at the fans that we're using today. This is going to be one of the last ones for the year of the fans running. We're getting towards the end. September can go either way. Sometimes it's warmer, sometimes it's cooler. This year it's warmer. It's been a very nice long summer, which is very welcomed after that disaster rip-off of a summer last year. I have a pretty good feeling of how this time of year typically goes, because we have a number of birthdays in the family. In the past, we'd have the start of school and so forth, and there have definitely been days where middle of September you already have leaves covering the ground and it's pretty cold, and that's not the case today. The yard is clean, the grass is still healthy. I can tell the foliage is starting to wither a little bit on some of the trees, like this one for example, but a lot of them are still fairly healthy. This tree's still going strong, and not many leaves are falling yet. Just a matter of weeks, but for now we're still good. It's been a really nice summer this year. So we'll start in the living room. We've got this going. This is going to be swapped out soon as I can get some the downrod situation taken care of. I've been trying to find a polished brass downrod, and I guess that's a breed that has pretty much gone extinct, and I'm having a very difficult time finding one. Over here we have the J.C. Penney branded P223 that's running on high. Oh, I forgot to shut that window. I've never used this over here before, but it actually works pretty good. It's kicking the air up really good all over here by the table and so forth. Yeah, real nice afternoon. Even over here I can feel it kicking up the air pretty good all the way over here. In the kitchen we have this Citadion, or is it Citation? I don't know what the heck it is. Thea, and that's going on full power, and the Vineyard going on full power. When you're running on high, the blades kind of, the centrifugal force I guess kind of unwarps them a little bit, and it doesn't look as bad. I think part of the problem is this one, the blades actually angle upwards a little bit, and so it makes it look even worse by comparison. We also have this Marvin, I believe this is a 10-inch model. This has a very distinct sound to it that I really enjoy. And this is quite powerful. This pushes the air across the majority of the kitchen. It's a very good fan. I think these Marvin window fans are pretty much the best thing you can get for that size in terms of performance. And speaking of performance, this works quite well. This is a very strong fan. I actually think it moves a little bit more than the Citadion. In the media room, we still have the Hampton Bay Genoa, which is going to be swapped out soon for another Hampton Bay, of course. And we have this Honeywell, I think these were called turbo fans. It's a 12-inch pedestal model. It's kind of a weird, height because it's not quite low enough to put on a table, but it's not really tall enough to be super good on the floor. Should be another pole there, but I don't think it came with another pole. In the bedroom, the old Lasco weather shield is still going. This has, I calculated it the other day just out of curiosity. I think this has somewhere around 23,000 hours on it. And I've never, excuse me, I've never oiled it, I've never cleaned it. The only thing I do is blow out the motor with compressed air every couple of months. And it just keeps running and running. It doesn't move much air anymore, but I just want to leave it be just for the sake of curiosity. Because I've seen some of these really last a long time, and I want to know, is that an outlier or is it standard if you just take care of it? And even this arguably is not really taking care of it that well, but it's still more than what most people would do. It's time to remove the air conditioners. I'm not going to be using them anymore. And they're starting to sit in the sun during the morning because the sun's position is changing, so I want to take those out of the window before the paint fades or whatever might happen from the sun. In the computer room, we have another Hampton Bay, of course. The Hampton Bay Fan and Lighting Company. Now it's the Hampton Bay Everything and Anything Company. The Chatham in white. And we have the Lakewood 200i running on high. And this setup does in fact work very well. It allows me to put the fan in the window. It's stable, it's not going to tip over. And I could also use an oscillation fan or whatever else here. And so that was a good solution for this area. I've been using this a lot here in the living room recently, and it works surprisingly well. Even all the way across the room here. This is only on low right now. And all the way back here, this has got to be a good 20 feet away from it. I can still feel a considerable amount of air. It's very quiet. I think this is a highly underrated fan. The only problem with this particular setup is you can't use this when it's windy out. Even the slightest gust of wind will cause the airflow to get all screwed up. But it's pretty still tonight, so it's working fine. Very still tonight.